and welcome to a new episode of 2Techies. And I am super excited because as a hair care founder, I am sharing time right now with another fantastic hair care founder. So, Yve-Car, tell me, when did you fall in love with beauty and hair care?
Ooh, I fell in love with beauty and hair care after having my own hair catastrophe.
Ooh.
I was going to an event and I wanted to look my best because I was in the market for a husband. So I had my hairdresser straighten my hair and it looked great. And I did find a husband, but unfortunately the next day it all fell out.
What? Not that moment.
Yes, that moment. So after crying like any good millennial, I called my mom and I said, what's that oil you used to use when I was growing up that solved all of my problems? And she told me l'huile masquiti, Haitian castor oil. And that was really the birth of me going back to the basics of what we know works and really investigating how can beauty be safe for all.
And y'all see her curls already. So, tell us, what exactly do you do in hair care?
So, Kreyol Essence, we make hair care, skin care, and body care products.
Y'all don't even know all of it.
All
One more
of
time,
it.
give it to us again.
Hair care, skin care, and body care. And we are known for two of our oils. One is the castor oil, which we make in all of our hair care products. It's infused in there. And then we have Haitian moringa, which just makes your skin glow. And we love how people are learning that, yes, you could take care of your hair, but you also have to take care of your skin.
Yes. It's all over.
It's all over. 360 wellness. And I love that because often, especially if you have melanated skin, you think you're just going to be young forever.
Listen.
You still
Black can crack.
Black can crack, especially if you're in the sun or if it's super cold, that dryness.
Right.
So having natural products that are fun, but that also help to impact the lives of the makers is what we do at Kreyol Essence.
Fantastic. So now we're going to take a little bit of a detour. What is your favorite craft beer or craft cocktail?
Ooh, so I am not a cocktail girl, nor am I a beer girl.
So what you do?
Wine, whiskey, and water. Those are my three. And lately I've been getting into champagne a lot as I try to cut out alcohol. But usually you'll find me with either champagne or whiskey.
Oh, there we go. Y'all know what to get when you see her at the bar?
Please.
Champagne or whiskey.
Champagne or whiskey.
What do you feel is one of the biggest challenges or struggles you're currently facing?
Ooh. I mean,
dig
what time
deep.
you got? How much time we have? I would say right now we are capital raising for Kreyol Essence. So this is new for us to think about bringing someone from the outside into the family. We bootstrapped and grown. So now the biggest thing is making sure that I have a spirit of discernment around what's going to impact my community, what's going to impact our business as we bring someone else in to help scale our growth.
And that's a real conversation.
That's a real
conversation.
Yeah. Not all money is good money.
So you touched on already wellness. I know it's a part of your brand, but how are you keeping up balance and mental and physical wellness?
That's a really good question. So balance looks like different things at different times, but the thing that I think is always necessary for me is meditation. Gotta meditate in the morning, get my Jay Shetty on. Everybody in the house knows. Either that or I'm a little cranky. Exercise is a big part of it for me. CrossFit is my favorite form of exercise, and sometimes it could even just be a walk. And then the other one that I'm focused on a lot right now is laughing. So making sure I find things that make me laugh and people that make me laugh is important to my wellness. And my moringa, and of course my moringa shake.
You got a lather.
Yes.
You got
we also have that
skin.
ingestible, so I'm like put that in our shake. And off you go.
On a technical side, could you tell us a milestone in your journey and career, or that aha moment that you were like, that's it?
Ooh, that aha moment. I think the aha moment was after our brand was featured on Shark Tank. And just seeing the tears, the energy, the love that came from new and old tribe members, that's what we call our customers, it allowed me to understand that what we're doing is important. And often you could say it's a beauty product, like what's the big deal? But understanding that A, it works, especially for those suffering with hair loss, eczema, psoriasis, which those are health-related challenges. And also thinking about this could help create like the blueprint for poverty alleviation, what we could use in Africa, what we could use here in Miami, what we could use anywhere to show how you take up business and impact others. I think just seeing that That was an aha moment that to keep going, even when it gets hard, even when I want to cry, even when I want to just say, forget it, I'm going to sleep. It'd be easier to work for somebody at this juncture. That I'm like, okay, there's a larger purpose and there's a community.
There's a reason. There's a reason. If your business life was based on a movie or a TV show, what would we be watching?
Gosh, I wish we were watching Billions, but that's not what we're watching because I ain't got billions.
But that's where we're going.
That's where we're going. That's where we want to go. We got to make all these decisions.
Yeah, claim it. That's what we watch.
Yes.
We're watching Billions.
We're watching Billions.
We're gonna leave it right there. What was your biggest win in the last 2 years?
Biggest
Shark
win.
Tank? Was Shark Tank?
Shark Tank was a big win for us, but I think the bigger win was surviving after it, right? Because
how were those orders?
Ooh, those orders were amazing. I'm so thankful for every one of them. But we were literally in the middle of the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic, when most people were at home. We were in the warehouse. We were setting up a warehouse. We were getting shipments out. We were running wellness Zoom, so dancing, meditation, like to make sure also people's mental health were there. So I think surviving that was a big.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
A big thing for me. And then another big one is that I took my first 6 weeks off in January
of this year.
And I haven't done that. I've never done that, and I've been working for over 30 years. So to me, that was huge to like
that
make
you can
time
do
for
that
myself.
in your business.
Yes, and that I allowed myself to, because there's a million reasons why I shouldn't. There's always stuff to do, but I'm proud of that.
And as you should be. I'm gonna pat your shoulder on that.
Thank you very much.
As a founder to a founder, I get it. Let's see. You have all the resources to fix the hair care beauty scene, but you only have 30 days. What is your plan? All the resources, you want to fix it. What are you gonna do?
Gotcha. All right. So what I'm gonna do first is make sure that education and the edutainment, if you will, because I think a lot of us don't know how to care for our hair. There's lots of misinformation. So find some fun ways, singing, dancing, I don't know, just to make it fun to learn about what we need to do. Second, I think I would make sure that everyone could get a sample and figure out what works for them, because I think that's usually a barrier. So being able to just give people samples so that they can learn as we're teaching and have the product in hand would be great. And then lastly, I think for some sector of our folks, I would have everybody shave their head and start all over again, and then start talking about how you look beautiful with or without the hair, and start talking about the full you for beauty.
Yes. And I love that because I was a big chop, so I big chopped in 2008, and to me, I think that's the best way to go natural.
The best way.
Because you learn your hair from short to long.
Exactly. And then you get to see your face and your whole you in a different way. And I love big chopping. I'm about to do it again. I want to go on a journey with folks. But I remember how scared I was, and I remember after I did it, how many women came and told me how brave I was, and I was like, this is the bravery, and I get it. It's gonna grow back. It's gonna be even thicker and better. So I think just being able to have that confidence and to love myself no matter what, it was a big teacher.
Love it, love it. So we're at Emerge Americas, a tech conference. So this is gonna be a tech question.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think is the largest misconception or truth about the Miami tech scene and movement?
Ooh, that's a good one. So the Miami tech scene, in my opinion, is still nascent and burgeoning, right? So we don't know yet what it's fully going to be. But I think a lot of people have a very one-dimensional thought process about what tech is. So I'm in beauty, but I'm also in tech. Like our back end is e-commerce, is all tech. I have to look at tech stacks. I've got to work with engineers. I've got to make sure that UX is correct. So a lot of times people think, oh, I'm not in tech, but you might be tech adjacent and tech enabled. And there are different ways to go tech deep, but you have to be willing to explore and learn. So like for us, another way we're going to look at using tech is with the farmers who are growing the castor seeds, is making sure that they can trace and can really put
from seed to
exactly. And that's on the phone. So that's mobile tech. So really thinking about unique ways to use tech, whether it's AI in beauty, is something that I'm excited about, and seeing how, as a brand that is headed by a woman and a Black woman at that we can infuse some of these unique aspects into, how we help serve our customer base.
No, that's fantastic. Because I think as beauty founders, we often get left out of those conversations.
Oh, yes.
When it comes to tech, and it's like, no, everything we do is tech.
Exactly.
Our products may not be tech,
yes,
but everything else is tech. So, soundtrack to life. If your life was a song or an album, what would it be? Give us a peek into your playlist. What we listening to?
Lord. I mean, my playlist, God, I'm really obsessed with, I might be pronouncing his name, Mahi Jordan right now.
Okay.
So, and he has this song called Blue Waves, Blue Ocean, like Summer Rain. So I'm like, yeah, there's always just lots going on, and I love just, it keeps me calm but motivated to keep going.
A little ambient,
Exactly.
mood music, got it. How did COVID impact your company? Negative or positive? Go whichever way you want.
Sure. Definitely impacted it positively. I mean, it was right after Shark Tank, and then we were re-aired. But again, I love just seeing how, as a community, we stuck together. I think we got even closer with our tribe because we have people emailing us to say, "I'm depressed. I don't feel great. I don't feel beautiful." Like had to really work to uplift those in our tribe, and I'm thankful that we were trusted enough to do that, but that also we could have had fun in the way that we did in our homes with the tribe. So we didn't lose that connection, and to me that's powerful.
That is. So you talked about fundraising because you guys are doing it now. Share a challenge that you're going through right now.
A challenge. I think as you're capital raising, there's two types of investors that we have to come across. Those who care about the top line, meaning like what was just your overall sales, and then those who are like, okay, I see your top line, but I'm more interested in your profitability. And those are two different ways to assess a health of a business and to assess if the business can grow. So as we look to, some of the big boys, if you will, some of them are only about the top line. They don't really care about the fact that we're profitable, which is really hard to do as a business owner.
Especially as a startup, still in the very beginning stages. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really just making sure that folks understand our vision and can see our potential.
Where you're going.
Where we're going is probably the biggest challenge, and I'm always thinking about how do I articulate that in a way that makes sense to them.
Yes. Because as founders, we have a ton of stuff up here, and we know what we see.
Yes.
It's like, just come along for the ride. Just come.
Come on. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So they say a key to success is to fail fast and try again. Which failure of yours are you most grateful for?
I am grateful for the failure. If anyone watches the Shark Tank episode in the beginning where we talked about when our sales went down, and it went down by almost like 60%. And one of those reasons is that we kind of lost track about where we needed to be and what we needed to focus on. As a social impact business, but there's a lot we're doing on the farm. There's a lot we're doing with like planting. So the agri side of the business could take over. And we had a lot of social impact supporters, but there came a point where they didn't agree with our trajectory, they were impatient, and we had $30,000 left in the account, and that's what we lived and turned into a multi-million-dollar business, because then we began to focus and we started to do things our way in the way we believed it needed to get done, and that was to focus back on our customer base. It was to be like, digitally native, that's how we were alive and well. And even when we started going into retail, that was like boots to the ground, going into retail stores. So it was a harder way because I didn't have a broker. I tried to hire a broker. She did nothing. It did not work. It's like everything we tried to get others to help us do it because we thought they should know better, because we didn't have the confidence in ourselves, did not work. But now I can tell somebody specifically how to go through a contract with the retailer, what to ask for, what makes sense, benchmarks. So all of that, the business end of it, I am super proud to understand it and know it, but that came with lots of...
Lots of tears, sleepless nights,
calling people and saying, could you help me understand this? And finding people who are willing to be open with you in the industry and not see you as a competitor per se, but to know that we all got to rise together. Yeah. That was hard, but I am thankful for it because I also now have a certainty about some of the decisions that we make in the company that I know
you've been through it.
Yeah.
And you can have those conversations. So last question, what do you feel is your best talent or character trait that makes Kreyol Essence successful?
Ooh, so my personal best character trait that makes Kreyol Essence successful? I'm gonna go with just the tenacity not to stop, even when I get told no. Because if you tell me no to me, that's almost like a yes in my ear, and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you're saying not now.
Right.
Oh, you're saying later.
Oh, but I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm coming back 6 months.
So I think that has really, really helped us because there's a lot of points we should have quit. But you know what Jay-Z said, the genius thing that we did is that we just did not give up. So whenever I feel like it, I'm like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep doing it. You'll get it, you'll get there closer. And then that's what has led us from Ulta to Shark Tank to opening up our warehouse in the Miami area. All of that is because we just wouldn't stop when things got hard.
Don't stop when things get hard. Y'all heard it right here. Thank you so much, Yve-Car. This was fantastic. And this is another episode of 2Techies / Beauty Founders.